So I'm welding that edge all the way along here. I've worked at it about probably about a half hour so far. I've pretty much got everything welded. A couple times I stopped and ground a couple areas and then touched them up. I welded all these holes where my pipe sticks through and welded the tips of those. I got a couple, another short little stretch right here. I'm going to weld it and then I'll stop and grind everything down. So depending on the piece you're welding, there's a lot of strength in this, and that's not going to twist and move. The top might a little bit, so you want to make sure you keep it cool. But I just welded a strip about 2.5 inches long right there, and with no problems at all. That's probably about as much as I would go at a time. Couple inches, you know, you just have to play it by ear, test your panel, make sure you keep it cool. You know, I can touch that real easy now. Again, don't shock it by hitting it with air, compressed air right on it. I usually try to cool my panel, you know, like blow inside this cavity or just around the area. Don't shock it because it'll contract, and if you cool it too quick, it can contract and crack that weld. So anyway, that pretty much does it for all the welding on here. I still have to make end caps. So I'll show you. I usually use a grinder to start with on an area like this. It's big enough. And the disc I use, this is an 80 grit, and I believe these are made in Germany. They're $7 or $8 a piece, but they really last for a long time. It's surprising. I think the better, you know, spend a little extra money on these because they'll last longer, they'll do a better job. And you want to always think safety. And I'll be grinding quite a bit here, so I'll wear a dust mask. I'll wear a dust mask, safety goggles, ear protection, gloves obviously, and you know, this is what happens if after you grind for a while. Everything starts getting holes in it. So anyway, someday I'll probably buy a new shirt. New shirt and new apron, but this thing's lasted for a long time. So it took me 12 minutes to do what I just did. And I've got it close. See the edge there is all feathered in. I still have to do all my plugs and then my holes for my molding. I'll show you how I'll clean those up. I got a tapered die in my cutoff here. It's a file. I'll take that and I'll just clean those holes up. I've got a couple different types. There's a straight one. As I said, here's a tapered one. That'll work a little better on this so I can get in there. Won't bind up. Safety goggles and hearing protection on again. There, you can see how good that cleans that up. I'll go ahead and clean the other three up and sand on this a little bit more and come back. So I got it all sanded, got my holes cleaned up for my, holds the trim on the face of it. Still have to weld end caps, but you can see the pipe inside there. Pull the hood off and finish welding this edge and sand it down when I get done here. Otherwise, it turned out pretty good. Again, like I was saying, I spend a little more time welding and sanding, fitting, and less Bondo to do later. Just like this panel down here. With the hood filler sanded and almost complete, I think the next step I'm going to do, or the next project, is I'm going to make a new molding here for the front. As I said earlier in that one of the videos when I was working on the hood filler, that I think I want to make a new molding, and I do. This one's good, but I want to create a lip on the bottom of it, as I said before, and I want to make it a little wider in the center. So the next series of videos is going to be on my molding on the hood, and then I'll finish the filler. When I get this done, I think then I'll take the hood off and lay it on horses and finish welding the bottom of that filler. Thanks for watching.